Hey, how you doing? My dog is barking. Hello and welcome to another stream. Yesterday was scheduled for Euro Truck Simulator, but I'm doing it today. Yeah, the weather in Austin, Texas today on the 25th of February, 2021 is a kind of rainy 51 degrees Fahrenheit. It's kind of a cooler day today. So I have possibly maybe the next 4 hours to play some video games. We might start off with a bit of you can hear me? Oh, you can hear it. I can't hear it. Maybe I'm deaf. Unfortunately, any kind of like sound outside, I can't stop. So we might start off with some Euro Truck Simulator. We might, if I feel like it, jump back into, because you were here for it yesterday, Sir Fallen, a little bit more building in The Sims 2. We'll see how things go. So I was kind of enjoying that. It was kind of chill. The dog. Oh yeah. Oh, that's what you can hear. I thought you were talking about rain. I was like, I can't hear the rain. Yeah. So we're gonna be playing some Euro Truck Simulator. I gotta get it started here. Move some stuff around. There it is. All right. Can you hear the music in the background all right? Kind of wondering how delayed I am. Because I have it set up to have like as little a delay as possible, but stuff happens, I suppose. I clicked the launch button. Why no launching? Please don't tell me we're gonna have technical difficulties already. Alright, hold on. Says it's running. Let me know if it shows up alright. Okay. So if you've actually poked around in the Discord, you'd know Fry's Electronics either has or is shutting down, which is kind of a bummer. I kind of posted about it on Twitter as well. Kind of sad to see kind of sad to see like one of those. Oh, that's not a good sign. I'm tired out the gate. It's kind of a bummer that that kind of thing would go that way. Yeah, my stream says unmodded. Technically it is, but it literally just affects the map. Like how the map's displayed, that's it. It bears mentioning, one more time. I don't know how appropriate it is, but I've decided to sort of, show it in this way. You might have noticed the license plate on the truck is actually a Norwegian license plate with JRDN XCYZ on it, which is not a normal like format for the license plate, but I've moved it over to that. I did talk about it in another stream shortly after it occurred, and I'll address it briefly here. It is kind of a bit of a bummer to start the stream out with, but one of the first people, Sir Fallen, you're one of the first people to watch me as well. Jordan, or also known as XCYZ in chat, passed away earlier this month, and I believe it was earlier this month, and it hit me a lot harder than I expected it to. I don't know to what level I'm allowed to go into specifics about what happened to him, but yeah, Jordan is no longer with us. He was a very, very positive person, and really really helped me stay the course, and showed me, and it was very positive in the chat, and very frequently had new and interesting things to talk about. So, this is probably going to be the last time I make mention of it in any kind of length. Yeah, it was you and Jordan, Sir Fallen. You and Jordan that were the first two. I mean, besides people I know in real life, both you guys were the first people that ever watched. And then shortly after, I think Bella came in. I was calling them Tongshi at the time because that's what was in their name. But yeah, stuff happens. I did not expect to encounter something like that early on, but any kind of love and support is greatly appreciated, and I know that I'm going to continue doing this for years. This will not be the last time that I hear about somebody who watches me who may pass away or may suffer any kind of accident that may be fatal or life-changing. But, from the top, in the future, I don't know if I will always be able to address it. I'm hoping to grow as a content creator, and yes, that will mean not being able to catch this stuff, but it doesn't mean I care any less. The love and support helps sort of give me a feeling of purpose, A lot of other things in life have failed for me, but seeing something that doing this, sitting in front of a computer, talking and engaging with you guys, and having meaningful interactions, it means a lot to me. And so, you know, I hope Jordan knew how positive of a part he was of these streams. And I talked about before how every time we would ride up on because he was a truck driver. Jordan was a truck driver, and so that was one of the reasons why he showed up in the stream. You remember, and he said he hauled logs in Norway. And every time that I would see a truck hauling logs in this game, I would point it out, and I would say it was him, even when he wasn't here. That's how much I think about you guys, even when you're not here. And I know that's not like a thing I'll be able to, like I said, if I do grow, it's not going to be a thing I'm going to be able to keep up. But I do care. You know, I hope his family is doing okay. I know that's rough, not from firsthand experience, but I've seen people go through it. By comparison to his family and friends, I barely knew him, but it was always a positive part of the streams when he showed up, and I always appreciated him. And not to make you feel left out, Sir Fallen, I appreciate your presence in the streams as well. But yeah. That is why JRDNXCYZ is on the license plate now, and I'm going to keep it that way until the day I die. Who knows how long I'll actually play this game for, but I'm never changing this license plate ever again. And I feel that's probably the best thing that I can do. All things considered, he was one of the earliest supporters, and he was younger than me, which makes it especially tragic. But I hope he's at peace. I hope he knows he was appreciated. Yeah. But we're gonna try to move on. I felt I wanted to address it. I wanted to put that out there because it does speak to, I'm not just here for everybody to give me their attention. I truly appreciate all the love and support. I can say that as many times as I like, but I really do appreciate it. Yeah. So we're going to shift gears, to use a trucking metaphor, and we're gonna hop into some freight market stuff and talk about maybe something a little less depressing. What do we got? We got a crawler tractor. What kind of trailer is that on? Oh yeah, the first time I addressed it was during, I think, it was at the end of part 2 of Morrowind for Flashback February. That's when I addressed it, and that is in video. That is posted on the what's that? That is in the video. So if you want to hear the words that I said about it, you can. So in other news, there's yet another person. I can't remember. There's another person trying to stir up whatever nonsense they can about violent video games. Again, I don't know if you've seen the news, but once more, Grand Theft Auto is under attack. I think it's Chicago, Illinois. They're having a lot of trouble with carjackings, and so of course, instead of tackling the real problems, the government local to there are trying to pass legislation regarding violent video games, which could end up banning Grand Theft Auto 5 in Illinois, I believe. It's absolutely ridiculous. This is a thing that's been happening for decades, man. People have been rallying against games because, I don't know, they want to not do their jobs. Here's me. I think technically speaking, I am getting political, technically speaking, but it's kind of light political. Everybody knows video games don't cause violence, and anybody trying to pass any kind of legislation or trying to do anything legally regarding the accusations of video games causing violence, they're full of hot garbage. It's absolute hogwash. Did I lose connection to the chat? Gotta check here. No, I didn't. That moment when you don't know if you've disconnected from chat or just nobody's talking. But yeah, there's yeah. I don't want to pressure you into talking, but yeah. Yeah, no, there's just that whole thing going on, and man, I remember. Oh, your grandpa's talking to you. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's just that whole thing going on with legislation trying to be put in place that'll could end up impacting games with violent content, which is a large market. Oh yeah, what is this? What sort of choices do we have here? Do you want red or blue, is what they say. I think we're gonna says all of these are just low. Yeah. I remember the lawyer Jack Thompson, who he was why am I playing this? I play this on a regular basis. February has just kind of been we stepped away from a lot of the things we normally do, but we're getting kind of back into the swing of things. I started a Patreon post that's public. I haven't posted it yet, but I'll be finishing up today and posting what's going to be planned for next month, so you can always keep an eye on that. Like I said, the posts are public. You don't have to be a supporter to see them. And that those kind of posts always show like what I'm going to be doing in the following month. How dare you play a trucking sim, right? Yeah, no, I play this about once a week, every week. Whoops. I was remembering my old controls that I used to have for this. It's been a while. Anyway, I was talking about the legislator. I forget exactly what standing he has, but somebody in Chicago, Illinois, who's pushing to get violent video games banned. Specifically citing Grand Theft Auto 5 in regards to an increase in carjackings that they've had out there, which is ridiculous. Anybody with a brain knows that people in desperate situations tend to make choices like that, not people who play violent video games. If violent video games were the problem, this multi-million-dollar industry would have riots in the streets. The fact that we don't have riots in the streets is pretty proof that these, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, any like the mainstream violent games aren't really causing anything. It's kind of old hat at this point. There's always some politician who's, quite frankly, not doing their job correctly, and they're wanting to take a scapegoat instead of properly addressing the problem. This is about as political as I get, and it's when it comes to video games. You are like, if somebody's gonna steal a car, if somebody's gonna act violently, that's gonna be because they had something going on in their head beforehand. I guess these streams are really just kind of talking streams where I talk to you guys. I remember I was saying Jack Thompson, who was a lawyer who was rallying against game content in the mid to late 2000s. I think it was earlier than that as well. Guess what? He made such a nuisance of himself and wasted everybody's time so much, he got barred from practicing law. Jack Thompson, who very frequently was kind of making a dingus of himself, no longer can make a dingus of himself in the same way. Now he's a quote-unquote activist, but nobody really knows who he is anymore, because they stopped him from being able to make a fuss for no good reason. Sir Fallen, I don't know if you've ever heard of Jack Thompson, but he did everything from, speaking of The Sims 2 coming next month, we're going to be playing that. He rallied against that, saying that, you can see the Sims in full nudity, and that's immoral, etc., etc. It's always like the morality angle, like what's moral and what's right or whatever. It always comes down to a subjective view of what is or isn't like proper. And weird thing is that while he rallied against that, it had been, I think, the Sims University that had a console command that allowed you to actually remove the censor, and they have, you don't know this, but it's pretty obvious when you think about it. Like, why would they like render this stuff? If you actually look at the models of like the nude models of the Sims, they're just like doll anatomy, like a Barbie doll. There's nothing to see. Absolutely ridiculous. The game's rated T for teen. And the thing that, I used to watch all kinds of machinima when I was a kid. It's basically machinima, if you're not aware, is content, transformative content made with games. So think like red versus blue, right? With Halo. I mean, I'm sure you know about red versus blue. Everybody knows about red versus blue. Freeman's Mind. Let's say connected to Freeman's Mind. Also, Half-Life VR, but the AI is self-aware. That'd be kind of considered a machinima as well. Sort of a different story told within the confines of a game, using like the limitations and making a story out of it. People who made machinima, I didn't ever see a post about this, but I imagine it was irritating. Because the ability to remove the sensor is really good if you're trying to make a machinima, because if you're actually playing the game, there's a bunch of pixelation that crops up when they take a bath, but if you're able to remove that, it doesn't like obstruct the camera. And I imagine that was very irritating when now you want to take a really artsy-fartsy scene of somebody taking a shower or something, and now you can't because when it was the following expansion pack, or was it with University, or was it after University? I don't actually know which expansion it was that ended up removing the console command to be able to like remove that. I'm sure it was added back in through like mods or something, but I'm like, there are people who do a lot of like cool creative stuff that were hampered because some guy decided that he was going to rally against games for a feature of the game that wasn't even outright a feature. It was a cheat code, and one that didn't even show you proper anatomy. It boggles my mind. So, like I said, people like that tend to lose their careers because they go chasing after stuff that makes zero sense. So it was with Jack Thompson, and so it might be if this representative from Chicago continues to try to push against that. Jack Thompson also tried to rally against Grand Theft Auto 4. It was one of the last high-profile things that he would try to get banned or something. I don't know what his goals were because he didn't really accomplish much. He just made a lot of noise. I don't know how he made money. I honestly have no idea how he made money. But yeah, it's just like, guys, when it comes to violent video games, just don't bother. Even if you think somehow that they cause violence, everybody who tries to argue that loses their jobs. Don't do it. There's two levels of sense that you need to be going through when you think, I'm going to argue against violent video games. There's two lines they have to cross, and they cross both of them every time. What is a male Karen? That's pretty much, I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, it's pretty much that. It is pretty much just being a Karen, but I don't know, it's like the super Karen. It's the one that actually, like, makes noise. I know who Jack Thompson is. I know who he is. I don't know about your, like, random lady who's not happy with how her fried chicken came out, so she wants to talk to the manager, right? I don't know who those people actually are. I don't know their actual names. But I know who Jack Thompson is. So he's like, he went above and beyond to make a nuisance of himself. So, like, if it was his goal to be renowned as the guy who made a stupid stink about violent video games, then well done, Jack. Man, how those people's minds work, I will never know. Because they're always like just harping on something and they never make any headway. Like the most he. Oh yeah, thinking about it. I remember. I mean, we're still in flashback February, sort of. And I keep talking about games history because I know so much of it, and the longer I live, the more I'm going to know. I remember in Grand Theft Auto 4, it was the first Grand Theft Auto that you could get drunk in. And you could drink, and you could get into a car immediately after. And an organization called Mothers Against Drunk Driving, or MAD, ended up saying, like, hey, this is a bad thing, fix it. I don't know. they pretty much did not like that your character, Nico Bellic, could get drunk and then get in a car like immediately after. And so what Rockstar Games did? They added voice lines so that whenever Nico gets in a car drunk, he says, I really shouldn't be driving, and things like that. I know, it's a game. You can observe the effects of drunk driving in that game by you crashing into things, by if you drove past cops while drunk, you would get a wanted level. And it was obvious what was happening. It was very difficult to control the car, too. So it was like, you don't need the main character saying he shouldn't be driving, because you're going to observe the worst that can happen when you decide to hit that accelerator. But yeah, people are wild. Some people say oh, outrage culture. Now we've got outrage culture. But people have been angry about stuff that doesn't matter for like a really long time. Just now we're also like more aware of it. I think I remember somebody I was watching talking about how like people have always been getting like angry, but now we've got like social media, and so we're more aware of it now. Oh, your grandma wants you to start learning how to drive? Man, this scares me. Driving scares me. I'm more of a homebody. I like riding a bicycle. I like riding a bike. I miss my bike. I want another one. Oh, man, it's... You, Sir Fallen, do you live in an area with a good amount of public transport infrastructure? Like bus, tram, taxi, Uber, just really any kind of... No? Yeah, okay, it's a little more difficult. I would say... I'm gonna up and say it. Very frequently, family will want you to get a license for their benefit. And I'm not saying necessarily that's what your family is, and sometimes even the most loving family can take advantage of other family. If you want to hold off driving until you have like a loved one, or maybe you've got a family on the way, you know what I mean? Like way down the line, when maybe you have a wife who's expecting or something, right? Like that sort of thing, like, yes, understandable, it makes sense to drive, right? However, until you have those things, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to just use a bicycle. Honestly, it's better for you, and you don't have people asking you for a ride all the time. or like if you end up in a situation where like you're looking after, like let's say hypothetically, I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen, but if your grandma like gets sick and she needs to actually be driven around, I mean, that makes sense as well as a point to which to get, a driver's license. It makes sense. There's just a variety of circumstances where, like, you probably should, but very often parental figures, be they grandmothers, uncles, or a mother and father, adoptive parents, whoever, very frequently the pressure to drive is so that you can end up benefiting them. Me personally, I'm looking at possibly when the stimulus check comes along, I'm really hoping to get like a relatively cheap bike and put like side bags on it. I'm excited at the idea. Because like I'll pick up groceries and everything, but I don't want to drive, man. It scares me. It honestly scares me. I've talked about this on these streams before. I have observed, some things in people to kind of categorize them into groups. And there are, whether or not you you love people, whether or not they're close family members and they care for you and you care for them. Some people just expect something from you. There seems to be that I wouldn't say charity, but something close to charity only lasts so long before most people decide to stop being charitable. And it comes down to kind of like the driving thing, right? It's almost like saying, well, you've gone long enough without benefiting us, and so now's the time you need to start benefiting us. And I'd say like it's one thing to like take out the trash, right? Because like you should do that. Wash the dishes, you should do that. Take care of your home, the place you're living in. But it's another to have like things expected of you. For people to say like you have to do this, because there are two types of people. Ones who do something for you and expect nothing in return, and those who do something for you expecting a return. And very often those latter people tend to be the types of people who will be like, well, we give you shelter, you have to drive me around now, or something to that effect. It could be any number of things, right? It's not just limited to that, but it's definitely something I've observed over the years. I try my best to be in the former category, because they are in shorter supply. Oh. I endeavor to be a person that gives more than he expects from others, and there's also people who they'll do something nice for you, and you think it's from like a genuine place, like they're just doing something nice, and you want to believe that that's all people, that when they do something nice, that's it. That's the end of the transaction. Some people are like, well, this is secretly a transaction that this person will have to make good on later. So basically, they do something for you, like buy you a snack, and then the next time you're going to get food or something, they tell you to get them something because, well, they did that thing for you one time, right? As if, like, you owe them. There are a lot of people like that. And all of this kind of exists on a spectrum. Some people are more severe than others. Some people have their limit, like, further along than others. It also comes down to, like, understanding. I, for instance, have family members who have difficulty understanding the specific struggles that I have because of my Asperger's. And even their patience with me gets stretched thin because of their, what ends up being because of their lack of understanding of the issues that I have and the sort of obstacles that can present. It's going to be... Let's get in here. Okay, here. Good enough. Did you just look that up? Because you actually spelled it correctly. You actually spelled it right. If I try using text-to-speech, it says, and forgive my language here, it says Asperger's. I'm like, are you kidding? You jumped to that conclusion first. That's what you choose. Text-to-speech is just an absolute... Yeah, text-to-speech is an absolute nightmare. I'm like, that's funny, but that's not what I'm going for. But yeah, it's named for some German, who is actually, okay, so I'm not too certain about this guy's history, so don't quote me on any of this, but I do believe it was a German doctor who was able to sort of observe, like, this branch of autism, and I think is credited with oh my gosh, dude, like, let me move over, I'm gonna cry. Okay, so because it was originally like it's called Asperger's because that was the guy's, like, last name. It was in I believe it was during Nazi Germany times, and he was credited with sort of being able to protect people with mental disabilities by being able to come up with that classification. I think. Don't quote me on it. But I think he was, like, technically a guy that the Nazis were okay with, but he was probably an okay dude. Again, don't quote me on that. He could have been awful. But the fact that the word is still around and it hasn't been reclassified or given a different name, I assume history looks upon him kindly. But Asperger's is part of the autism spectrum. It's honestly, I've not looked up if there are any other things on the quote autism spectrum. All I know is like straight up autism and then Asperger's, which are both like kind of related. I think I am just shy of functional is where I am. I've gone into this before. Technically speaking, I am not officially diagnosed. However, through my history with some professionals who have said, yeah, dude, you probably have Asperger's, both in my early childhood and in high school, as well as my own personal research and sort of going over the symptoms of Asperger's with family and friends, and they're saying like, yeah, no, that's totally you. And sort of reflecting on these things myself, I've been able to say like, yeah, this is how it is. Earlier in my life, they diagnosed me with like one thing, ADHD or ADD. I think I actually was diagnosed, not both at the same time, but I've been diagnosed with both prior, and then bipolar disorder. They thought for a while. ADHD has a weird amount of overlap with Asperger's, but Adderall never helped me. Adderall never really helped me. I do have I guess technically a developmental disorder. When I was a wee lad, when I was a little baby, when I should have been developing communication skills, I was a bit of a late bloomer when it came to that. I started talking a lot later than I ordinarily should have. So that's another indication of a developmental disorder. There's just a lot of stuff from like early childhood. My dad had like a language expert or something. Somebody take like a few days with me going over like flashcards when I was like a little baby, little kid, little toddler, and she would go over like these flashcards, right? It was specifically with the flashcards. I was gonna say trash cards. No, the flashcards. She would go through them. And it was in the same order every day, except for the last day. The last day, she actually changed the order of the cards, and apparently I flipped out. If you don't know, people with Asperger's and people with autism have difficulty adjusting to a change in routine. I still have a bit of difficulty when things change. Because I have difficulty with every single job that will ever give me an inconsistent schedule. Any job, one of my first jobs that I ever had, I worked in general merchandise, and this is why I say to everybody, even if you don't have Asperger's, oh shoot, what was I saying? I was reading what you said. Oh yeah, I was talking about general merchandise. So I worked for a retail place, and they had hired me on for general merchandise. But what general merchandise actually means is usually we don't know how to manage our companies, so we're just gonna kind of have you do whatever on any given day. You're not necessarily even like in shipping and receiving or stocking or running the cash register or working returns, which just kind of just kind of come in and ask what you're doing every day. It will tell you what you're doing. Awful. And for somebody who flourishes with a routine, it was horrible, because doing a different thing almost every single day, week to week, my schedule would change. Going to high school was so much easier, right? You go to school, and even from going from one semester to the next where the classes change, you still have, for me it was 7 periods a day, right? And you go to these classes for the same amount every single day, except on Thursdays, those were late starts. That was fine. That was grand. Fantastic. I love it. I'm a creature of habit, but I'm also very bad at keeping a routine. It's a paradox. But having a place that you have to go at a specific time where you do relatively specific things and everything is regimented, my Asperger's brain goes, yes, awesome. I mean, I didn't really like school. I didn't get the best grades, but having that routine was nice. And then you enter the workforce, and they're just like, what's a schedule, right? Just whatever, we'll figure it out. Just come in for a night shift, and then the next day we want you to do a morning shift. Even if you don't have Asperger's, that's annoying. There's so many places that will do that to you, and I don't know why. I don't know why they can't give employees consistent schedules. I will never understand. So when you go get a job when you're out of high school, have fun with that. There's some places that won't even tell you what next week's schedule is until Thursday of any given week, and the work week starts on Saturday or something. They'll always measure their weeks differently too. I don't freaking know. But yeah, I can't necessarily, say all the things that impact me when it comes to Asperger's. It's a laundry list of things that has impacted my ability to hold down a job. And a lot of people don't understand that. I look like a deadbeat, which is not fun, because then I end up feeling like a deadbeat. I work hard, I'm just not conventionally useful. That's why I'm looking for editing gigs, somebody to edit for, so that I can get into that business, because I'm really good with detail work. Something where I sit down with a very specific project and I hammer down on it until it's done. I'm great with that. Streaming most definitely is the dream job, though, because for the most part, the level of effort I put in can be as high or low as I want. And generally, I enjoy this, so I put a lot of effort into it, and I hope, keyword hope, it shows. Oh, pardon me. You remember looking at your profile pic and your old one. Did you make it, or fan art? I actually commissioned a dear friend of mine. I don't know. I tweeted about it at some point, but I did make a message about it in Discord as well. I commissioned that from a friend because she was. They were saving up for a laptop, and they were doing a bunch of commissions. Very talented artist. I'm wanting to work with them on something, but I have to have money, because I don't know if the book will. It's a book I want to work on with them, an illustrated work, but I don't know if it would be successful at all. So I don't want to just go, hey, I'll pay you a portion of sales, because I don't even know if it'll sell. So I want to be able to get that money together to give to them and say, let's hammer down on some illustrations for this and let's sell it. It's a children's book that I want to sell that kind of pulls from sort of my experience being having Asperger's and not really feeling like I'm conventionally useful, and sort of my own personal philosophy that I think it's important to find something you enjoy and something you could be good at, and give your all to it. That's kind of what it's about. I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, but it's a children's book that I have pretty much figured out, but I just have to have money, because I do not want to put them in a kind of situation where I say, give me the labor up front and maybe you'll get money. I don't feel great about that. Speeding violation. How many times have I gotten a speeding violation and immediately just said speeding violation? But yeah, the profile picture is red light. Come on. I couldn't see that. Is it late? Did I deliver it late? No, excellent, awesome. As far as Asperger's goes, what are the big hallmarks of it? I have sensory issues. If I'm in the kitchen and my wife is in the living room and I am running the faucet, just running the faucet, I can't understand a word she is saying to me. I can't. If I have an earbud in, like you were saying, you had like one headphone on and one off, I would not be able to understand anything anyone is saying still. If I was in that situation where, like, you know, if I was you and like somebody was trying to talk to me with one headphone on and one headphone off, I wouldn't be able to understand what in the world they're saying. I have to take both headphones off. It's a recruitment agency? Okay. Of course, I have other, like, relatively normal stuff, like trypophobia, which is a bunch of, like, holes, like, condensed, like, next to each other. It's the worst looking thing in the world, and I hate it. It upsets me. And I've freaking seen people use gaming mice that have a bunch of, like, close together, like they look like triggers the trypophobia. If I don't want to encourage you to look it up if you know what it is, and you hate it too. But it sucks. It's just unnerving, and I couldn't tell you why. But that's not an Asperger's thing. That's just a trypophobia thing. I have all this special training, and they're like, yeah, just go this way. Just take this. A thing of rubber. We're cutting across. Go. Okay. What is this? I think we can actually get a... Can't we get like a shorter one? No, we can't. Not for this one. What's the difference? This one's got more bits on it. Cool. Let's go for that one. Rubber would be rather heavy, wouldn't it, though? I feel like it would be. I'm thinking about, I think I've talked about this before, I'm thinking about like quitting coffee. I'm not sure it's really doing much for me. You know what I have wondered? If I had like both, I don't even know if it's possible, both ADHD and Asperger's. I mean, I know for sure I have Asperger's, but sometimes I wonder, because I'll drink coffee and it'll actually make me tired, which is apparently a very ADHD thing. But I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning and it'll give me a little bit of energy, but then I'll like crash even off like just a little bit. The funny thing is, though, if I drink coffee in the morning, it makes me tired. If I drink coffee in the afternoon, it wakes me up. Basically, if I would want coffee to do anything at any particular time, it will do the opposite of what I would want. Man, nobody tells you that getting older means that you're gonna get, like, you're gonna be miserably tired if you stay up like past 1 a.m. in the morning. I haven't really done that much, but the last time I did, I was so tired and so miserable. we almost tipped the truck. Woo! Gotta love driving at breakneck speeds in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Not the way the game was meant to be played whatsoever. I wonder how far, like, how much they can really add to this game before they kind of just can't anymore. There's been so many expansion packs for this game. Or, not expansion, but, well, it kind of is. DLC. It's called DLC now, but it does the same thing. It expands. Like, they've added so many portions of, like, of the map, but I'm like, at what point are they done? Like, at what point is it, oh boy, I bumped him. At what point can they not go any further? I have no idea, because they've just been adding on this thing for years. What are these guys doing? Out of the way. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to be putting up the, I'm putting up the Patreon post here soon. I'm going to try to finish it after this stream. And that'll be fun, I suppose. We'll have just kind of a summary of what's planned for next month. Everything from Pico 8 to way too much Sims to be put in 1 month, but I'm doing it anyway. Maybe I'll try to do Black Wake with some friends. That could end up on any day. Really have no idea when that might happen. Yeah, the Patreon post I should be finishing it here soon. I should have done it at least a week before the end of the month, but I'm just... I don't know how I'm going to write everything. Not like write it down. I mean like orient everything so I can get back on track. Because I want to do the posts at the beginning of each month, but this one being so close to next month's. I don't even have April completely planned. I'm wanting to do something like special and fun for my birthday, because it's gonna be on April 6th. Oh, gotta get past this guy. Gotta get past him. There we go. Got him to slow down. Cool. I'm going to be 27. Now, the weird thing that's cropped up in the past like year or so are stream coaches. I guess that like people are supposed to be giving you advice on streaming. I guess it's people trying to make a niche career, I guess, that is streaming adjacent. But I don't know how much it's actually gonna like help anybody. There is one guy I watch. I think his name's Andrew Ellis. Funny, smart guy. He used to stream, but now he's doing something. They're like They're supposed to be like informative videos about streaming. I'm not sure to what extent it is, and it's not just like streaming. I know one of them was about like forming good habits, and that was actually like a really good video. Sort of one of those things that you could kind of create new habits that could positively impact your life in a multitude of ways. I have a lot of bad habits, and one of my bad habits is specifically I will procrastinate and know I'm procrastinating in like the worst way possible. I'm like, I should be getting this thing done, or this thing is important, I should be doing it, and then I just don't. That's not good. That's not a good thing, and I don't know how to get past that. That's just a sort of thing I've fallen into. Has the natural light been added yet? Yeah, I can't tell. I just completely got distracted. I was thinking about whether or not because they were working on some like more natural lighting. I don't think it's happened yet. Yeah, the whole stream coach thing is interesting though. It's not a thing that I think existed like 3 years ago. Generally, the advice you might get for streaming was from people who were actively streaming. But now you have... It ends up being, sorry to say, it's mostly people who couldn't make it big on streaming who now have like some advice for you on how to stream, and it's like, well, you don't really have a track record for like success. Like some of them some of them have like they reached like a moderate amount of success, but they didn't like make a career or a job out of it. And so like trying to coach people for trying to make a job or career out of it is a bit ridiculous. And now we're gonna go through here. I'm gonna have to actually slow down. Wait, what did it call this? So it was something garden. Odd. Restrooms. I'm really happy with the new picture though. Oh, another thing I'm going to talk about in the Patreon post. I don't know if you're still listening. The Shorts channel. I started a Shorts channel. It's nothing crazy. It's mostly just to promote what I'm doing here. I don't know if anybody's even going to show up, right? I don't know if anybody's going to say, hey, I like that clip. I'm going to go check out, like, their streams. Yeah. I'm gonna be putting it right after the stream. Actually, I'm probably gonna hit like an intermission here shortly, and despite what I've said about coffee, I'll probably drink some coffee, just because I'm getting real sleepy here. And we'll see if it works. Let's roll the dice, flip a coin. Am I gonna get even more tired, or am I gonna be set and ready to go? So the Clips channel, it's a Shorts channel. YouTube is doing like a YouTube Shorts thing, where I think like videos under 60 seconds and in a 9:16 ratio. So instead of in widescreen, I don't know if you've ever used TikTok, but sort of in that kind of aspect ratio, where you hold your phone upright instead of sideways to watch it, and you kind of swipe through them. I have more views on the Shorts channel just posting it and not really sharing it around on the Discord all that much. I did share one of the clips in Media, Sir Fallen, if you want to check that out. It's just most of them are just New Vegas randomizer clips right now, but they're going to encompass like a lot of things. I take like 30 minutes, throw them together in Adobe Premiere, and then just crap them out, and they get like 2,400 views. It's insane. That I have more views on that channel in the span of a week than I have on Twitch in the span of going on 4 months now, which is ridiculous. If only that translated to money, because currently it does not. At least I don't think it does. Oh, hey, going a bit sideways here. But yeah, the Shorts channel is doing surprisingly well. And I've just uploaded 6 clips from New Vegas Randomizer When I play more Grand Theft Auto 5 Chaos, that'll be good for it. I'll probably be able to get some Sims content as well. Camera angles on that are going to be wonky, though. But I'll probably do that. Because there's some stuff that I'm going to be playing next month that I'll just gradually be making clips here and there and throwing them on the channel. Like I said, I'll share it with you, and I'll put it in. I'll try to put it in the. I'm forgetting what the section is called. It's pretty much kind of like the welcome information and rules or whatever. I think rules and info. I think it's called. I'll probably put the link in there. If you're curious, it'll take you like 2 minutes to get through all the clips I have on there. There's not a lot of watch time to be had on there, but if you got like, all right, things went a little out of control, but we could stop all our momentum because we're about to slam into the side here. But if we load this. Okay, we're gonna overwrite that, and we're gonna save and load. We're gonna load this, okay? Because we're jetting right into the barrier here. I'm hoping there's not going to be any tipping around. I think I righted the truck. Because if you are tipping sideways, it will not stop you from tipping sideways. But it will stop us in place. So any kind of momentum. I don't know what's going to happen, though, because it did stick on that screen for a really long time. Okay. Yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine. We weren't about to hit a barrier. Never happened. We just stopped in the middle of the freeway for no reason. But my wife keeps rewatching one of the clips. Every time I give her an update on how well it's doing, she's just like, oh, I gotta watch my favorite one again. Everybody really seems to like the New Vegas randomizer ones. I have a lot of likes on that. But I will note, I'm saying this as if it's impressive. It's not. The way that YouTube Shorts are delivered is just, if you happen to swipe past it, it'll show it to you. It delivers it to you in such like a linear way that you're not like, I'm not really earning the clicks, but I'm hoping that it can be sort of a medium through which I can maybe get some people to show up here and maybe show up for like the longer streams. I'm not sure if people who are watching clips that are less than a minute long have the patience for for streams, but you know, I'm try it anyway. We'll see if it helps at all. For the first 6 videos, I put the Twitch link in the video itself. I ended up putting it on the bottom, and YouTube just decides to put all the information on the bottom, and so it's actually overlapping. So you can't very well actually see the link I put on there. You know, rest in peace, F to pay respects, etc. Yeah, it's yeah, I can I'll link you, like I said, I'll link you to the channel when I go into sort of intermission mode. Oh man, what I wouldn't give to have like I'm just thinking about like the really, like, I think it was like 70s, I think, like intermission cards for like being at the movie theaters, and it's all like psychedelic. Like, I want one of those just for like whenever I'm like BRB, I'll just call it an intermission. Just get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, get some snacks. Yeah, I could show you. Because the way that you watch them is you don't click on them like normal YouTube videos. There's like, I don't even know how you, I don't even, really, it's so weird. It's weird. I don't fully understand it, and their method for delivering shorts is obtuse, I think is the word. A little odd. I have no idea how my videos have gotten to 2,400 people, but they have. Probably more. I haven't looked at that number in 2 days. But it's there. I need to get into that middle lane, yeah. But yeah, it's been doing like surprisingly well. I'm proud of the stuff I put on there because I did put effort into it, but it does not take very long. It is very easy to slap it together. Kind of fun, actually, to kind of cherry pick moments from the stream. I was thinking about this. You were talking yesterday about making clips possible, and I still haven't done that. Because if I enable the ability to do clips, I'll use maybe some of the stuff that gets clipped. I'll just take those specific moments, put them into a short, and that just like helps me more easily single out the cool stuff, the highlights, the good moments. At the moments that make you say poggers, etc. But yeah, I'll be able to put those up as clips as well. But yeah, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this whole like Twitch thing. I talked about making thumbnails in January. I still haven't made thumbnails. I have a bit of a template going, but I'm talking to the artist who made my picture, and I'm seeing if they can provide me. There's like a pattern on it that I really like, and I'm wanting to put like in sort of the thumbnail like elements for like the YouTube videos. But they apparently did not have the little pattern there. They didn't have the pattern like isolated anywhere, so they might have to recreate it. So you like the star on the glasses? Yeah. You save clips from the same vid or different make. I kind of like doing like single stream highlights. It's kind of like my favorite kind of content. I don't know if you've ever seen Varg Skeletor, but look up like Vinesauce Joel Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's still so funny. I have talked about that glorious Swedish man on several occasions. He's hilarious. And his laugh is infectious. He's just got one of those laughs that gets you laughing. Yeah, I do like the more vibrant colors as well. The original I had photoshopped ages ago. This guy's gonna give me a ticket. He's gonna give me a ticket. No? Alright. He is not doing his job. I was thinking about clipping the moment when the game crashed, but there's the context. When the game crashed yesterday, I was thinking about clipping that, But I'm like, nah, you gotta have the whole context and the whole adventure, like the whole hour that led up to it, because otherwise it doesn't have the same impact. Oh, you've known about him for like 8 years? Yeah, fantastic streamer. I think that thud would have explained everything. I wasn't aware that I thudded on the table at the time. I wasn't aware of that. Yeah, I've been subscribed to Varg Skeletor for years. It's been so long, man. I also follow some others on Twitch and on YouTube that I highly recommend. I don't know if you've ever heard of Nakey Jakey, but he's a very smart dude. He normally makes videos about video games, and he's not a very frequent uploader, but very funny. Yeah. Yeah. My favorite type of content is sort of like the really how do I describe it? It's pretty much people talking about games or sometimes philosophy, sort of dabbling in that sort of thing. Michael Reeves. Every vid just gets you cranking. Michael Reeves. I've not heard of him. Does he make music or gets you cracking? Sorry, I thought you said cranking. It's like a robot guy. Is he the robot or does he make robots? Okay, he makes robots. I'm not sure how much I'm actually into like actual roboticists. It's cool what they come up with, but not sure how much I'd be into that. Oh, my guy needs to sleep again. Gotta hurry to the next rest area. You turd! Anyway, what's the damage? There's damage on the trailer, but not the cargo. Good. Oh yeah, and what does he do? I'm not gonna lie to you, I have never touched a Rainbow Six game in my life. Or any, what was it? Yeah. I don't know, man. The closest I ever got was buying Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to... We're gonna do this again. Otherwise, we're gonna crash into nothing. Save, load. Yeah, sure, that's fine. PlayStation YouTube channel about to go live. What does that mean? Is that like official or? Or is it literally PlayStation? Oh, okay. Alright, cool. Oops. Yeah, almost just ran off the road. Realized I needed to sleep. I need to go rest. Quick, gotta make a pit stop. You know, it froze over here for just a week. And the store, like right down a block from me, got like ransacked. Like people bought the stuff that they got, but my goodness, it looks like the apocalypse. It looked like the apocalypse happened. In fact, it still kind of does. They've been able to restock some things since then, but we just had a freeze here in Texas for a week. Just for a week. And absolutely everybody went insane. They went insane. There was a line outside because, you know, COVID stuff. They wouldn't let, like, too many people inside. And people absolutely just ravaged the shelves. You know, everything, like... I went there just a few days ago, and I'm like, I'm going to get coffee creamer. That's it. I just want coffee creamer. The only thing I was able to find is sugar-free hazelnut coffee creamer. Like, they need that. They were prepping like it was the apocalypse. I don't know why. It's like, man, I just want to have good creamer in my coffee. And hazelnut's alright. And I have sugar to make up for the sugar-free, but it's like, come on, man. It was the dry stuff, too. I prefer, like, a liquid creamer, right? Couldn't get it. I gotta find something that's better for me, but still wakes me up than coffee. I've been drinking coffee for a long time, but I don't think it's doing me too many favors. G Fuel, not without a sponsorship. Yeah, see, I'll crap on those sponsorships until I get one. You know, then I'll be one day you'll hear me say G Fuel is crap. The next you'll hear me say, oh, never a better thing in this world. I put this in my IV drip. But yeah, to be honest, like, if there's money on the table, maybe I would do like a G Fuel like sponsorship. It's another one of those. You'll do what 180 when you get those sponsors. You know, I would love sponsors to be clamoring, honestly. I don't want necessarily to like do a sponsor for like everything, but like I think I've talked about it before on stream, but they'll have no idea that I've talked ill of the G Fuel before. It's like, look, it's just gamer branding. It doesn't make you any less or more of a gamer. You can drink chai tea, and you'll be just as much a gamer as you will if you drink Mountain Dew mixed with G Fuel and Dorito dust. All right, it doesn't matter. It's all this gamer marketing, and it's very ridiculous to me. Like these gamer chairs, when you could get like an ergonomic chair that's cheaper and does the same thing. In fact, I'm once the stimulus check comes in, I'm getting a $50. I'm very frugal. A $50 chair, finally. It's the one I've been looking at for like months. Yeah, I mean, like, I would stone face make make product recommendations for like, was it like Steel Wallet, right? And Raycon earbuds, despite the fact that Raycons, when you actually look them up, are kind of expensive. I still want a pair. They're expensive though. I will sponsor them if they give me free headphones. That's what I'll do. So you give me a pair of free headphones and like $20 and I'll do it. Yeah, get those Raycon earbuds and your, was it Steel Series wallet? I don't even remember what it's called. I know Asai has that sponsorship on his streams and YouTube videos. Asai, if you don't know, spelled A-C-A-I. He's one I haven't mentioned a lot. I don't even know if I mentioned him up until this point. He plays Clone Hero. Sort of the sort of what Guitar Hero fans have been playing these days, because was it Activision, right? Activision sure as heck ain't making any more. Is it Activision? I think it was them. Or was it Harmonix? Or no, Harmonix made the Rock Band games. I don't know. But yeah, Asai's really, really funny. But I've mostly watched his the YouTube highlights of his streams, so I've not caught him live too many times. Really good with a Guitar Hero controller. And if for some reason you were in the market for a controller, for a Guitar Hero controller, he could tell you which ones are the absolute best. He has a video about it that I watched the whole way through, despite the fact having no interest in getting a Guitar Hero guitar. I just like hearing people who really like something talk about it. It's just neat. passionate people or people with hobbies that they're really invested in are really fun to talk to. Or not just, well, I guess talk to, but also listen to or watch them talk about the things they like. I was going to do The Sims 4 Legacy. No, it's not its own game. It's a specific way of playing The Sims 4. I have a save that I'm probably going to continue next month. But then that means there's going to be 3 days a week occupied by The Sims, potentially. That's almost half the week. And then 2 of the days are going to be like chaos kind of related things. New Vegas Randomizer and Grand Theft Auto 5 Chaos. And then what else? There's like a spare day in there, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that spare day. I do have a lot of channel elements that I need to finish. Might make it a day off. Because I got to work on, things like thumbnails. I need backgrounds for this, and Jordan, God rest his soul. He was actually making stuff for me, and I thought about using some of the stuff that he made, but it just didn't feel right. If he made something that was final and then he passed away, I would be more okay with using it. But something that's not indicative of the kind of talent that he most surely had with that kind of thing, I can't. So I gotta make elements. I gotta look into a few things. Also, just a side note, all month, next month, I gotta be planning the following month, April. No idea what I'm gonna be playing in April. I know I'm probably still going to be playing The Sims 2. Probably still going to be playing GTA 5 Chaos. New Vegas Randomizer, maybe. On the topic of sponsors, I would only ever want to actually take a sponsor of a product that I know is not harmful, something that's good. I don't know how advertisers feel about this, but if there's a product I'm not familiar with, I want to try it first. I want to have first-hand experience with something that I recommend before I recommend it. And if it's a good product, I think that's what they do sometimes anyway. Ridge Wallet. That's what it was called. Ridge Wallet. It's just what Asai's done ads for. I saw those and I kind of want a Ridge Wallet. You don't like nagging people's ears off. What was that a response to? Sorry, I'm I'm just kind of on a string of consciousness thing here. Oh, all right. You're 2 seconds are up. Where are you? I'm just kidding. I'm telling you, Sir Fallen, when the day comes where I have VIP slots, I'll put you on one of them. I'll make you a VIP in my chat, cause you're an OG. You know, you were there. You've been. I mean, cause you were there for my first stream ever, right? I believe you were there for like the very first one. I mean, you're free to ask me anything as long as it is not too personal. Does not ask anything about like my geographical location or my address. Pretty much anything obvious that you shouldn't be asking for. So yeah, go ahead, ask me. We'll get it on video record here. Yep. I have been streaming since November 5th, 2020. You were here for the Skyrim stream. For the Skyrim stream where I said I lost my job. Still haven't gotten a job since. So, yeah. Ain't this a great economy? But yeah, ask away. Ask the question for your project. I don't want to hit this guy. Oh, I'm in France. When did I get here? How long have I been in France? There's a lot of people, and I have some people that just feel like it's personal. Okay, well if it's too personal, I'll tell you. But I'm very open about things, so it might I might be more willing. I mean, I've stated before I'd be open about like how much I make from this when I start making money from it, so that people can kind of use what I say as like, okay, like here's how long things would take to make possibly this amount from like streaming, right? Because nobody ever talks about that. What's my opinion on life? In 5 words. That's quite a limitation on life is a fairly complex thing. Give me like five words. I'll give you 2 words. It's complicated. No, um, hold on. Let me, right before, we'll finish this. Everything's only allowed to be 5 words, though. What if I gave you 6? Would they let that slide? I'm joking. I'm gonna finish this, and I'll answer your question, and then we'll go into intermission. But I gotta be able to think about this, give it like a proper thought here. Okay. Let me think. No, we're not starting soon anymore. Do I have a meme image or something? I have this. I still have this picture on here. Let's see. Yeah. I did it again, though. I was like, around noon. Guess what? It was 2 o'clock when I started streaming. But I think about noon for you, actually. Let's see. 5 words or less. Opinion on... I mean, it should be, right? Because you're like 2 hours before I am. You're in, like, California. 12:07. I mean, that's not far off. You won't get docked too hard at most jobs for being 7 minutes late. As long as you work, like, 7 minutes after your time, like, they'll be fine. Gotta be on the dot. Let's see. In 5 words. Let's see. Best way for me to figure this out is to actually write it, right? I don't need to... Yeah, you see my stream rules, right? Don't say anything you wouldn't say to your mother, brother, or neighbor. It's quite bland, honestly. Yeah, every time I go to talk on my stream rules, every time I go to talk in my own stream chat, it's like, hold on a second, yeah, I gotta tell you the stream rules. I'm like, excuse me, I'm the one who wrote them. I know my rules, alright? So, conduct yourself in a manner befitting a decent human being, right? Them's the rules. Don't be rude. Because I could be a bit pessimistic sometimes, so I'm thinking about 5 words, because I want to be more of an optimist. I want to have a bright outlook on things. I don't want to just, I don't know, I don't want to just throw something out there that's pessimistic, or, something that reflects my hope for the future despite all the setbacks. There's a lot to think about, and to try to condense thoughts on life to 5 words. I just think too much. Let's see. 5 words. I'm putting genuine thought into this. I'm not just going to give you a throwaway remark. Oh, you think you got disconnected? Oh, that's a bummer. Let's see. Let's see. I am here. Can you hear me? No. Well, that's quite a bummer. Your Wi-Fi just broke. Your wifey? I'm gonna say in 5 words. 5 words. That. I'll put that. That's it. That's it. That's the tweet. You have purpose. Carpe diem. Which is fun Latin to condense seize the day. Trying to condense down to having like a properly formed thought in like a full sentence is not a thing you're going to be able to get from limiting like what do you think about life in 5 words. Yeah. Used to urge someone to make the most of the present time and give little thought to the future. Mostly I think about, when I say carpe diem, I think mostly about the urging to make the most of the present time. I do think, actually, present like some thought to the future, obviously, because yeah, you gotta think ahead a little bit. If you're not prepared for tomorrow, what are you gonna do when tomorrow becomes now? That's quite the delay. Wow, yikes. 5 to 10 seconds. Dang. See, so when I type the word, I'm going to type the word now. But I'm going to say it. I'm not doing it yet. I'm going to send it when I say the word again. So when I say now, I've sent it. A lot of people give you like 2 to 3 paragraphs. 2-3 paragraphs? That's not 5 words. That's ridiculous. That's... how many words are in the average paragraph? 200 words. 200 words are in the average paragraph, which means that's way too much. Oh my god, that's you. 20-second delay, that's not great. That's probably not me. I think there is a bit of delay with me, but I don't think it's that bad. But I might actually, instead of just the normal intermission, I might I'll let this run for a little bit. I'm gonna go and like start up some coffee or something. I will be looking at chat, so if you feel like, cause I have my phone, I have chat on my phone, so I could chat with you if you like during the intermission, but I'm going to be working on my coffee. And then I will, for your sake, hopefully it might help, I will turn off the stream, and during that I'll change the tags, and then I'll start it back up again. And we'll see if that does anything. So when I go offline after I come back, don't be like, oh no, he's gone, like, I better leave now. Like, I ain't going anywhere. Might be the Wi-Fi. Could be the Wi-Fi. At least you can watch it all. I mean, that's good. It might just be the fact I'm in 720 and you can't change the quality of that. But I will be right back. Like I said, if you type in the chat, I have my phone on me, so I'll be able to see it, and I'll type back as well. So I'm not gone. I'm just in another room. So enjoy these sounds.